Tonight's class, I want to focus on, of course, a normal, well-balanced yoga practice for you, but releasing tension in and around your neck. We hold so much tension, and it's around the holidays, and we're all scrunching up. It's getting colder out, and the lights going down earlier. The sun, that's the light I'm talking about, goes down earlier. And we have habitual ways that we hold tension in our bodies, and the two main regions that I've found from my years of teaching and my years of practice, for some people, it's either more prone in the neck and shoulders, and for some people, it's in the hips. And for the lucky few of us, it's in both. Um, so we tend to spend a lot of time either working on the hips in yoga or working on the neck and shoulders in yoga. So today will be more neck and shoulders. Of course, we'll do some stretches for the hips and stuff, but just kind of letting you know where we're headed. So before we get there, let's go ahead and get centered, sitting comfortably, however that looks for you. Good. Sitting tall, shoulders relaxing down the back as much as they can at this point. Feel the crown of the head lifting toward the ceiling, and your eyes close if that's comfortable for you. And become aware of your breath. The inhale as you inhale, the exhale as you exhale. Maybe just notice as you are aware of your body here as well, where you are holding tension. Is it true that there's tension in the neck and shoulders? Maybe you're feeling it more down in your hips or somewhere else entirely. Sometimes the belly clenches a lot. Maybe it feels like the jaw is clenching or the eyes are squeezing or the hands feel like they're gripping onto something. And though we will focus on a lot of neck and shoulder stuff tonight, maybe just set the intention that wherever you're feeling stress or gripping or holding, that this practice will help relieve some of that. This can be a relieving moment or set of moments for you. This time you've set aside in your day to take care of yourself. Let this be in service of that. So, with that intention, go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your palms together at your heart and bow the chin. Honor yourself as you are in this moment. And then go ahead and rub the palms together. And take the warm palms over your eyes. And then brush back over the top of the head, down the neck, bring yourself on back to the room. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off on hands and knees tonight. So moving your props off to the side, we'll come to table pose. Good. So bringing the hands underneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips or slightly further back. Let's start with some cat-cow. So with your inhale, draw the shoulders down the back, look forward and feel the tailbone lift. Then as you exhale, round the back, tuck the chin and tail under. Inhale, look forward again, tailbone lifting. And exhale, round the back. Let's keep going. This is helping to warm up the spine, and we're getting some movement in both the shoulders and the hips as well. Beginning to link the breath and movement, which is so regulating to your nervous system. Good. With your next exhalation, and take your time getting there, we're going to go back to child's pose. Exhale all the way back, seat to the heels, forehead toward the floor. Then inhale back up to hands and knees. And we're going to keep that movement going. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, back up, hands and knees. Good. Just a couple more times. Just starting to warm up the body, getting things moving around a bit, noticing if there's any stuckness that you're feeling. And as you sink into child's pose this time, go ahead and stay in child's pose, seat to the heels, forehead toward the floor. And then feeling the hips grounding toward your heels, go ahead and walk both hands off of the left side of your yoga mat. So you're just doing a little bit of a lateral stretch here, reaching through the right hand, feel the right hip ground. Deep breath, feeling space along the right side of the body, especially the right ribs. Good. And then walking the hands back to center. We're going to go the other way. Walk your hands off of the right side of your mat. Reaching through the left hand, feel the left hip ground. And this time feeling big space on the left side of the body, especially the left ribs. Deep breaths. Good. Then go ahead and walk the hands back to center and come back up to hands and knees. So when we're in table pose like this, the thigh bone is perpendicular to the floor, sticking straight up. As we do this next exercise, I'm going to ask you to do your best to keep the thigh bone perpendicular to the floor. It's going to want to come forward or sink back. Try to keep it straight up. And I'll even just show you what we're doing first, just so you can see what's up. So keeping that thigh bone where it's at, you're going to walk your hands forward as far as you can comfortably. The elbows stay off the floor. And we're coming in, this is called puppy pose. It's kind of a puppy getting excited. And the idea is that the heart is starting to bow toward the ground. Okay, we'll only stay for a few breaths because this can be some sensation in your shoulders. So if you haven't started already, keeping the thigh bone perpendicular, just walk the hands forward. Elbows stay off the floor the entire time and just start to bow the chest toward the ground. Good. One more breath. And carefully walk your hands back, coming back up. All right, I'm going to turn toward you, but you can stay facing forward because we're going to do gate pose next. So from hands and knees, step your left foot out to the left. Now the leg is in line with both hip bones, so it's not too far forward, it's not too far back. It's right out to the side. Good. And then bring your right hand directly underneath your chin. So left leg is out, right hand under the chin, and then take your left arm out to the side, palm face down. Take a deep breath in here. And with your exhale, sweep the left arm into the air, twist open. Good. Then unwind, inhale. And then exhale, twist open. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, twist. Once more. Then exhale, twist into gate pose. Go ahead and stay. And breathe while you hold the posture. Feeling that left shoulder hang back. Good. Then inhale, unwind. Bring the left hand down to the floor and step the left foot in. Good. Let's go ahead and do the other side. Take the right foot out, extending the leg. And again, the leg is in line with both hip bones. And bring your left hand underneath your chin. Right arm out to the side, palm face down. Take a deep breath in here. And then exhale, twist. Inhale, unwind. And exhale, twist. Let's do a couple more. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, twist. Last one. Exhale, twist in the pose and stay in the pose this time, feeling the right shoulder hang back behind you, looking up if it's comfortable on the neck. If it's not comfortable, you can look forward or down. No need to strain the neck here. Trying to do the opposite of that tonight. Good. With an inhale, carefully unwind and bring the right leg back in. So we're gonna do the same exercise on both sides and add a little bit of something to it, okay? So take the left leg out. Again, the leg is in line with both hip bones, not too far forward or back. Right hand under the chin, left arm out to the side. Good. Take a deep breath in here. With your exhale, twist into the pose. We're gonna go ahead and stay right away. And then while we're in this twist, we'll do some movement with the top arm, the left arm. So with your inhale, reach the left hand forward, overhead, palm face down, and then exhale, take the arm back into the air and cut the left shoulder back even further. Good. Again, inhale, reaching forward, and then exhale, take the arm back. Two more times. Reach and twist. Last one, reach forward, inhale. And then exhale, twist, staying. And you might find that you're a bit deeper in the pose than you were previously. Good. Inhale, unwind, bringing the left hand down to the floor. Step the left leg in. And let's see what that feels like on the second side. So right leg out. Left hand under the face or chin. Right arm out to the side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, twist. Staying in the pose. Good. And then we'll do that same movement with the arm. So your right arm is going to extend overhead forward. Then exhale, take it back into the air and cut your right shoulder back even further. Good. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, take the arm back into the air. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, twist. One more time. Exhale, twist. Good. Staying for a breath or two now. Again, maybe noticing if you're a bit further in the pose than you were before. Good. Inhale, unwind. Bring that right hand all the way down. Step the right knee in, and let's come into child's pose. Seat to the heels, forehead to the floor. And just feeling sensation from that posture or those set of exercises. Good. And then inhale, come back up to hands and knees. So while we're here, we're going to just do one more exercise with singular legs out to the side. So take the left leg out again. This one's a little less of a twist. Good. So you're going to take a deep breath in here. Feel the heart or spine extend forward. And with your exhale, you're going to start to walk your hands towards your left foot. Okay. Especially starting to reach with the right arm. Now, you want to make sure that the left knee is not locked, that you're bending it just a little bit. And then there's a slight forward fold happening. Okay. So just walking the hands toward the foot. How far you go is up to your body. So don't overdo it. Breathe. You might feel the back of the left leg stretching here. There's definitely a stretch happening in the right shoulder and arm, the right upper back. Take deep breaths. Good. All right. Go ahead and walk the hands back to center carefully and step the left leg in. All right. Let's see what that feels like on side number two. Right leg out. Good. Feel length in your spine. You're going to use that length and start to sweep yourself over to the right. It's okay to bend that right knee a little bit here. And again, only going as far as you can. So that means if the hands only move a little bit to the right, that's fine. Really extending through the left arm as best you can. Deep breaths. One more. Good. Inhale carefully, come back up. All right, step the right knee in child's pose again, just to adjust. One more breath. And then from child's pose, go ahead and slither forward down onto your abdomen, coming down onto the belly. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, and the tips of your fingers should be about in line with the top of your shoulder here. That's how you know kind of where that goes. Elbows bent, and you want to think about squeezing the elbows more in toward your body than out to the side. So that keeps the wrists healthy. All right, so from here, feel the pelvis ground into the ground. And then inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the head, chest, and the legs, locust pose. Exhale, release down and turn the head to a side. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift the head, chest, and legs. Exhale, release, turn your head to the opposite side. Again, inhale, lifting up, shoulders down the back. Exhale, release. Inhale, locust. Exhale, release, turning the head. Let's do two more, all right? Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Last one, inhale, come on up. And let's stay this time. Shoulders down the back, the heart's looking forward, inner thighs lifting behind you. And of course, breathing as well. Deep breath in. And exhale carefully, float on down. Take a breath. Good, all right. Curling the toes under, go ahead and push up to hands and knees, and then lift the hips into the air, downward facing dog, maybe stepping the feet forward a couple of inches. Now it's our first down dog of the night, so let's go ahead and walk it out. Pressing a heel to the floor, bending the opposite knee, bringing some length to these legs, bring some length to the spine. Deep breaths. Good. One more breath here. All right. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Right. So from here, we're going to come into kind of a supported side angle pose. So a couple of things are going to happen here. First, we're going to be basically standing on our right knee and our right hand. But when we do that, when we take a leg back and we lift an arm, it becomes kind of a single plane and we can fall back. So what you're going to do is before you come up is take your right foot and you're going to take it just back behind you a little bit like a kickstand. All right. From hands and knees, you'll take the right foot out and then pivot onto the right hand and the right foot. The left foot comes flat to the floor, toes pointing directly out. And then left hand, just bring it onto the hip to start. Good. And you're going to roll the body open. Good. You might feeling some of that balancing happening already. And then just to make this more of a shoulder stretch, you're going to lift the left arm up into the air and then take it as far overhead and behind you as you can. And you'll start to feel a stretch on the entire left side of the body. Looking up if you can. Breathe. All right. Deep breath in. And then go ahead and bring the left hand around, bring it back down to the floor. And then we'll do the other side. So I'll just turn around so I'm not turning my back to you. But this time it'll be the left foot that you're going to cut back behind you for the kickstand. And then you'll pivot onto the left knee and the left hand. Extend the right leg down to the floor, foot flat on the ground, pointing outward. And then right hand on the hip just to get settled. Go ahead and roll the right shoulder back. Look up if you can. Beautiful. And then take the right arm into the air. And then reach it all the way overhead, palm pointing toward the floor. And then take it back behind you a bit. Not so much that you fall over, but just enough so you start to feel that stretch on the entire right side. Good. One more breath here. And then to come out, bring the right arm up, sweep it all the way around down to the ground. That rhymed. All right, coming into downward facing dog, lift the hips. And then walk your hands back to meet your feet, coming into the standing forward fold. Knees are just gently bent here. Release the neck and shoulders. Arms hanging heavy, the head releases. And see if you can just melt your upper body a bit more over the legs. It's sometimes called waterfall pose. Imagine the upper body is just releasing like a waterfall over the legs, onto the floor, heavy. Any tension along the spine, the neck, the shoulders, the head is just dripping off onto the ground. Good. One more breath here. And then palms to shins, halfway up, inhale. Chest parallel to the floor, and then exhale, fold down. And then inhale, sweep the arms out to the side with a flat back rise all the way up to standing. And palms to the heart. Good. Feel sensation as you come to standing. Might just feel the circulation in your body settle, any lightheadedness kind of going away. Good. So one of the primary postures we'll be working with tonight in our standing series is Warrior Two. So let's see how that feels in our bodies, okay? So go ahead and step to the top of your mat, whichever direction that is for you. Have the feet next to one another. And then you're going to take your right foot way back, nice wide expanse between the feet. And the back foot is flat on the floor, toes pointing outward. Your front heel is in line with your back arch. That's the ideal um, uh, alignment here. Trying to look for that word. And then just bring your hands onto your hips. And then the hips are opening out to the side. So it's not like Warrior One where we're pointing forward. The hips are actually out. Now take a deep breath in. With your exhale, bend your left knee toward its own middle toe and sink down in pretty deeply here. Good. Inhale, come back up. I want you to check in what's happening with your front knee as you sink in this time. If it goes beyond the ankle, I want you to widen your feet, take them even further apart. You don't want the knee to go over. It's better for it to be backed up a bit. So sinking in, checking on that, and then inhale, come back up. Exhale, sink in. Inhale, back up. Keep going. Told you we do a little bit of hips tonight. Good, let's do a couple more. And then sink on, and let's stay for a few breaths. This is one of the postures that I love to hate to love to stay in, however that turns out after we do the math on it. I love it and I hate it. It's hard, but I love it. Breathe. It's a strong posture. It's a strong posture. Beautiful. Inhale, come back up. Don't worry, we'll get more time with it later. Now to do the other side, what we can do is we can turn the left toes outward. So for me, it's directly toward the camera, and then turn your right toes toward its side of the mat. And you should be in the exact same alignment, just on the other side now. If not, just adjust and we'll figure it out as we go along. Hands on the hips are out to the side. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, bend your right knee this time, sink on in. Check in with the alignment. If the knee goes over the ankle, just widen the feet a bit. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, sink in. Inhale, back up. We'll just do a few more times. Feeling what we feel as we go in here. Is this hard? Is it easy? Are you breathing? Good. Let's do one more time. And of course, we're going to hold it. Sinking on in. And just hanging out. I told the story on the other side, so now I got to just fill the time as we hold here. Let's focus on the breath. Deep breath in and out. Feeling what you feel. Breathing into any places that feel tensious, any places that might feel like they're about to tremble, or maybe they're already trembling. Good. One more breath. And inhale, straighten the right leg. And then we're going to come back to the first side. So turning the right toes out, straight out, and then turn the left toes toward their side of the mat. Now, we're not going to come back into Warrior Two for another couple of minutes or so, because we're going to do some work with the shoulders that's going to translate into what we'll do with Warrior Two here in just a second. So if it's your left leg that's forward, it's your left arm that goes into the air. And then drop the left hand behind your head. Those of you who come to chair yoga, you know this one real well. Then you're going to reach up and you're going to grab the left elbow and traction it toward the center line of your body. Okay? So lifting it up that way. Good. Now your left hand behind you, the one that's free, bring that toward your spine as well and feel your chest lift. Deep breaths. Good. Now stay in this posture with the right hand pulling the elbow in, and then bend the left knee coming into Warrior Two. And now things get interesting. Good. Now you can just stay here if you want to. If you want to feel a bit more lengthening on the left side, you can start to lift the left rib cage toward the ceiling, taking the left elbow back a bit more. It's a deeper stretch for the shoulder, so be careful here. Don't be afraid to bend that front knee. Good. Straighten the leg, lift the chest back up, and carefully release the left arm. Feel sensation. Good. There's probably a pronounced difference in sensation between the left side and the right side. So whether you like that or not, we should probably do the other side now. So turning the left toes out, turn the right toes toward their side of the mat. Good. Maybe just checking, make sure you have the right alignment since we're moving around a bit. Again, we'll come back to that in a few moments. And for the shoulder stretch on this side, lift the right arm up because it's the right leg that's forward. And then drop the right hand behind your head. Left arm reaches up, grab the elbow, traction it toward the center line of your body. And the left hand behind you, sorry, right hand behind you, the free one, comes toward your spine. And then lift your right rib cage. Taking just a couple of deep breaths here before we go into the Warrior Two variation. And then when you're ready, go ahead and sink in the right knee. Go for it. If not now, when? And then you can take the right shoulder back a bit more, or right elbow, I should say, back a bit more. Feel the right rib cage lift toward the ceiling. Big length on the right side here. Deep breaths. All right, good, good. So go ahead and straighten the right leg. Bring the spine tall and carefully release that right arm. Feel what you feel as it comes out there. Good, getting into it tonight. All right, so go ahead and turn your right toes out to the side. So the toes or the feet are parallel now. If anything, they're pigeon toeing slightly, and that'll help us for this next exercise. So two options here. You can either just fold forward if you'd like to, and just hang out. It's a great pose. We love it. If you want to do something a bit more for your shoulders, and if you can, you'll interlace your fingers at your lower back. You'll squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the arms off the back, so that when you fold forward, the arms go overhead. Okay, so pick one. You can either just fold forward, or again, you can interlace at the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the arms off the back, hinge at the hips, and fold. Now, whichever variation you're doing, make sure the knees are not locked. Keep a little bit of bend to them. And deep breaths too. Good. So if your arms are overhead, go ahead and carefully release them to the floor or toward the floor. And lift yourself up halfway, hands or fingertips on the ground. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. This will feel like an earlier practice that we did. You're going to go ahead and walk your hands toward your left foot, reaching through the right arm especially. It's okay to bend the left knee a little bit here. Breathe. Good. Then walk the hands back to center. And we're just going to go straight to the other side. Just walk your hands as far to the right as you can. Left arm reaching. Again, it's okay to bend the right knee a little bit. Good. And walk the hands back to center. Fold forward. And then take your hands onto your hips. And then squeeze the elbows toward one another behind you. This actually causes your back to flatten out because you're going to lift the chest parallel to the ground. Keep the elbows working toward one another. Lift yourself all the way up to wide leg standing. Good. That keeps the back flat when you come up. A little body hack for you. So whichever direction is the front of your mat, go ahead and step in that direction now. Good. We're going to do a sun salutation next. If you need a drink of water, please hydrate. I'm going to. All right. So we're going to work with Warrior Two a bit more, but we're going to throw it into a flow at this point. Standing tall, feet stacking underneath your hips. Bring your palms to your heart. Now, before we start moving, become aware of your breath. Aware of your inhale, aware of your exhale. Because we want to try our best to move with the breath. Let it help us through each posture. So with that in mind, with your next inhale, sweep your arms down, back, and up. Arms overhead, and then exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive, fold forward and down. Press palms to shins, come halfway up. Chest parallel to the ground. Exhale, fold down, and step your right foot way back, back foot flat to the floor, prepping for Warrior Two. Okay? And then with your right arm, reach it forward, and then pinwheel yourself up. Exhale, bend the left knee, sink into Warrior Two. This time the arms are out to the side. Good. Let's stay for a breath or two here. Good. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, swim all the way forward. Bring the hands to the floor and step back to downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, go ahead and do a chest press. Bring the chest down between the thumbs and release the hips on back. Good. Pelvis grounding. Inhale, lift the head, chest, and the legs, locust pose. Exhale, release down. Curl the toes under. Push up to hands and knees and back into downward facing dog. Maybe stepping the feet forward a couple of inches. And from here, we're going to come into warrior two on the other side. So the right leg lifts high behind you. With your exhale, swing or carry step the right foot all the way between the hands. If it doesn't make it on the first try, just reach down and grab it and help it forward. Back foot comes flat to the floor, toes out to the side. And when you're ready, the left arm reaches forward and pinwheels yourself up and bend the front knee. Exhale. And let's stay for about 2 breaths here. Deep breath in. And exhale, swim forward, hands to the floor, and then step forward, standing forward fold. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side. Strong back coming all the way up. And palms to the heart. And that was so much fun. We're going to do it again. With your next inhale, sweep up, arms. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, release. Step the left foot back this time, back foot flat to the floor. This time, bend the front knee first, and then reach the left arm forward. So you come right into warrior two with the knee bent. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, swim forward, hands to the ground, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, float gently down onto hands and knees. Heart looks forward, and then drop the heart between the thumbs, and then the hips release back. Good. Pelvis grounding, locust lift, head, chest, legs. And exhale, floating down. Curl the toes under, push up to hands and knees, and back to downward facing dog. Good. So lifting the left leg this time. Exhale, go ahead and swing or carry, step that foot forward. Again, help it forward if you need to. Back foot flat to the floor, bend the left knee, and then reach the right arm forward and bring yourself right into warrior two. Good. Deep breath in. Then exhale, swim forward, step forward, standing forward fold. Palms to shins coming halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side. Strong back, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. We're going to keep this moving, all right? Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Palms to shins, halfway up. And release. Right foot stepping back this time. Back foot flat, bend the left knee. Warrior two, come on up and sink on in. Inhale here. And then exhale, swim forward, downward facing dog, stepping the left leg back, coming down onto hands and knees. Chest press, bring the heart down. Release the hips. Locust pose, head, chest, and legs lift. Exhale, release. Curl the toes under, push up, and back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts this time, and step it on through, help it forward. Back foot flat, bend the front knee, warrior two on this side. Good, deep breath in. And swim forward, step forward. Palms to shins. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the side, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Again, inhale, sweep up. Swan dive. Halfway. Left leg. Again, back foot flat on the floor, bend the front knee. Warrior two, coming up, sinking in. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, swim forward, step back, downward dog. Good. Hands and knees to chest press. Inhale, then exhale. Release the hips. Locust rise, head, chest, and legs lift. And exhale, float down, curl the toes under. Again, push up to hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts and step it through. Back foot flat, warrior two, come on up. And sink on in. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, swim forward, step forward, standing forward fold, palms to shins. Exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, and palms to the heart. Take an adjusting breath before we continue, and we will continue in just a moment. But just feel sensation, what's happening in the body, maybe down in the hips, maybe up in the shoulders, neck, anywhere else you might be sensing. Good. So for our final round through this flow, we're going to add some stuff because we usually do. And we're going to hold some stuff because we usually do. So same skeleton, we're going to add different meat to it. So from where you're at the top of your mat, we'll switch up the beginning just slightly. So with your inhale, sweep the arms down and up. And this time with your exhale, bend both knees, sweep the body down and bring your arms behind you, chair prep. Keep the knees bent as you lift the arms forward and up into chair pose. Cool, chair pose. Let's hang out here for just a little bit. Feeling the heart lift as the hips sink. Breathe. Good, good. Let's straighten the legs, inhale. Exhale now, swan dive, fold. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, release. Step the right foot way back. Back foot flat to the floor. Bend the left knee. Come on up, warrior two. Sink on in. We love this pose tonight. Doing it a lot. Good, so from here, we're gonna come into side warrior. So you're gonna bring your left elbow down onto your left thigh or knee, okay? But keep that front knee bending, sink the hips down. Your right arm is gonna sweep overhead and you're gonna look up, inhale. With your exhale, sweep the right arm behind you, look down at your left foot. Inhale, sweep the right arm overhead, look up. Exhale, sweep the right arm behind you, look down. Let's do this a few more times. This is great for your neck. Looking up, inhale as the arm comes overhead. Sweep it behind you, look down. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, sweep it up. And then sweep it behind you and drop the right arm behind you. So you're going to bend the elbow and just maybe grab your waistband back here or something, or some of you might be able to grab like the pocket of your pants if you have that. But basically we're anchoring this right shoulder back. That's what we want to do here. Keep bending the front knee. And then you're going to drop your left ear toward its shoulder and you'll feel a big stretch on the right side of your neck. You can roll around the chin a bit to see where that stretch might get the most use tonight. Maybe noticing as you're exploring that stretch on the right side of the neck that your thigh stops burning. I'm kidding, it keeps burning. You're just not aware of it as much. But it's good to know where we put our mind is what we experience. And stay for just a few more breaths, all right? We're almost there. Stretching the neck. Good. Now, if you can, keep the front knee bending, release the back hand, and come back up to warrior two, then straighten the leg. Good. Stop for a moment, just feel. Good job. All right, taking the arms out to the side. Exhale, sink in. Deep breath in. Just as a transition, we're going to swim forward and step back, downward facing dog. Good job. Feel the difference between the two sides. Working hard. Then inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, chest press. Come on down to your belly. We're going to hold locust pose for just a few breaths. So feel the pelvis grounding. Roll the shoulders back, lift the head, chest, and the legs. And breathe here. Squeezing up the legs behind you, cutting the shoulders down the back. Squeeze up a little higher, inhale. And exhale, float on down. Turn the head to a side. And then turn the head to the opposite side. And then bring the head to center. Curl the toes under. Push up and back. Downward facing dog, walking the feet forward a few inches. So we do have to do that same exercise on the other side. So when you're ready, lift your right leg into the air and step the right foot between the hands. Back foot flat on the ground. Come on up for warrior two. And sink on in and get nice and comfortable because we're going to be here for a bit. Good. So working with side warrior on this side, you're going to take your right elbow down onto your right thigh or knee. Don't be afraid to sink down in. Good. Go ahead and sweep the left arm up and over. Look up, inhale. Exhale, sweep the left arm behind you. Look down at your right foot. Inhale, sweep the arm up. Looking up. Exhale, sweep the arm behind you, looking down. Do this a few more times. Inhale, look up, sweep up. Exhale, sweep back, look down. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more, all right? Keep the knee bending. Inhale. And then exhale, sweep the left arm behind you, bend the elbow, drop it behind you, and make a connection with something. Grab onto something back there, the waistband, maybe your pocket back there, but just anchor that left shoulder back. And then drop the right ear toward its shoulder. And then play around with the rotation of the chin. Find out what feels like an important stretch to you tonight. Deep breaths. Stay with it. I know that's not the most comfortable thing. We're almost done. Good. All right. Go ahead and unwind, straighten the front leg, come up to standing, stop for a moment, and feel. Good. And then just as a transition, take the arms out to the side, bend the right knee, and then swim forward. We're going to step back to downward facing dog again. Downward dog. Let's stay in down dog for just a few breaths. Soften the knees, feel the hips reaching toward the sky. And then inhale, float gently down onto hands and knees. Release your feet. Exhale, child's pose. Sinking down in. Seat to the heels, forehead to the floor. And relax for a moment. Working hard tonight. Good. All right. So from here, go ahead and come on up and flip over onto your back or roll over. Don't flip unless you like to flip and you can actually do that. Go ahead and flip. But either way, come down onto your back for the next, or I should say, the last few exercises here. Good. We're going to start with bridge pose when we get here. So lying down, bring the feet flat to the floor, heels underneath your knees, about hip distance apart. Good. And we're going to work with the arms as well here. So with your inhale, lift the arms all the way overhead. Knuckles on the floor above you. Exhale, release the arms down. Let's add the hips. So the arms lift again, but this time pick up the hips, reach the pelvis toward the ceiling, bridge pose. Exhale, release the arms and hips at the same time. Inhale, bridge. Exhale, release. Let's do a couple more. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, come into bridge pose. Let's stay for a few breaths. Arms overhead, hips pressing toward the ceiling. Breathe. Press your pelvis up just a little bit higher. And then exhale, release the arms and the hips all the way back down. Good job. And bring your knees into your chest. Good. So keep the knees drawn in and take your arms out to the side. And if there's stuff in the way when you do that, you can do cactus arms. You can just bend the elbows. Good. Now keep the knees drawn in nice and close. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, go ahead and twist, taking the knees to the left. Knees go to the left. And then feel your right shoulder anchor back behind you, the right elbow as well. And if it's comfortable, you can turn your chin to the right. Nice reclined twist. Deep breaths. Good. With your next inhale, go ahead and come back to center. And when you're ready, go ahead and take the knees to the right this time. Feel your left shoulder anchor back behind you, left elbow as well, and you can turn your chin to the left if that's comfortable. And let's take some deep breaths here into this posture. All right, inhale, come back to center and hug the knees in nice and tight. All right, so as you feel complete in this pose, go ahead and extend your legs down to the floor and make yourself ready to rest here on your back for just a few minutes. a moment of relaxation. It's the reward for all this hard work we've done tonight. Feel your body uncross, the toes falling away from one another, your arms resting out to the sides. And relax your jaw, relax your face. And just feel your whole body sink into the floor. It's as if all the holding and gripping in your body just lets go all at once, like a fist unclenching. And just feel yourself intentionally at rest. No more doing, no more striving. Just be. Just be. Peace. 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 Please go ahead and deepen your breath and make gentle movements in your hands and feet, your arms and legs. Just feeling life, vitality return to your limbs. And take that vitality as you roll to your right side. And transitioning up to a seat. And so as you come to a seat, again sit tall, bring your palms to your heart and lower the chin. And just connecting to some gratitude here. Gratitude for the practice, gratitude to yourself for doing the practice, gratitude for the willpower that drew you here. So much gratitude to be held here in this moment. So may all of your effort here tonight and this practice, may it continue to serve you. So until we meet again, namaste.